Hi, I'm Dave. You're watching Build with A&E. Today we're going to be talking about laying Indian sandstone paving. Okay, today we're going to be talking about laying sandstone paving. We're going to be laying it in a random pattern, so I'll talk about the levels, how we set it out, the ground preparation and the mixes. Ground preparation, we have about 180 mils build up from base to finish level. So you have 100 mil of stone, about 50 mil mortar bed, and then the slab on top is about 30 mil. Okay, so we need basic tools for laying. You need spirit level, a rubber maul, a trowel, and a disc cutter. Obviously disc cutters for cutting the paving in, and everything else is just for laying. Well, the most important thing is attaining the levels to get a nice flat patio. So what we've got here is a level line across here, and then we've got a full line this way, so we can move the water off the patio because you've got to keep it moving. What we've done as well, we've used it as a square line, so we've set it up square off the house, so we can measure the joints across and make sure our paving and the joints run nice and true. So the mortar mix we're using is a sharp sand cement mix on a 6:1. We have it nice and moussey, so that when you stick the slabs down, they actually bond to the slabs and stick really well. So what we're going to do is bed up our first slab. It's quite important to get this nice and accurate because you want to try and get 90% contact between the slab and the mortar bed. So it's better to take a little bit longer to get the base ready. What I'm doing here, I'm just raking through the mortar bed just to see if there's any stones so I don't break the slab when I'm tapping it down. The other thing is to make sure you've got enough mortar under the corners so that if you stand on the corner, there's no bed underneath, it doesn't pop the slab. So what I'm doing, I'm hitting in the centre of the slab. This is so we don't press the bed down on the corners and create a rocking slab. And then what I do is I just pack up the mortar bed underneath the edges to make sure it's got a good contact. And I do this around each slab as I lay. What I'm doing is doing a 10mm joint. Okay, so I'm taking my level across from the full line. So we're pretty good as an average that way. I'm just checking the fall again this way to make sure it's good. Okay, so obviously we're going in a random pattern and we're going to try and keep a consistent joint of 10mm, but these slabs aren't necessarily all cut square. So what we're going to do is take an average. We will have to trim out some of the joints as the job goes on, which is why we measure off the square lines to keep all the joints true. Again, tapping the centre, because if you tap the corners, you end up with a void underneath the bed and you end up with like a rocking slab. There you go. It's nice and level across. There's no real voids underneath the level, so you know it's pretty true. It's nice and level this way and just touches the fall line. What we have to do is obviously fill these joints up, and you need to pack it in really tight. We use a compound called Geofix, which is like a air-cured resin compound. So we'd wet the paving down so it doesn't stain, sweep it into the joints, and then pack it in with this adapted tuck pointer. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.